got to be careful of these thorns and brambles as I clamber through this. Welcome everyone to another episode of The Bright Side. Recently the weather has been very hot, very dry, more to the point. Hardly any rain has fallen in the last sort of few weeks. So you could consider, as of recording of this, it is August 2022, you could consider the UK to be in a drought. So what I thought I would do today is walk from home up through these fields. I don't even know what these fields are called, but up through these fields, and I'm going to check out the reservoir at Boscathnoe and see if the water levels are visibly lower. While we're on this adventure, we'll carry on up to Madron and go to the Holy Well, where we can also check the levels there. Now, it is a natural spring, so I would expect those water levels to be very low. And actually, what I'm hoping with the spring is I'm hoping to see like the granite blockwork that kind of forms the head of the well of the spring. You couldn't see that last time we were up there, so yeah, I'm hoping to see a little bit more this time. But yes, it's been very, very dry, so let's go check it out. Although it has been intensely dry of late, it is yet again another beautiful day here in Cornwall. Ooh, nearly fell down a rabbit hole, but has led to these beautiful skies. No, I can't even see. There's not one cloud in the sky, which well, it's rare, shall we say. Go over that little stile into the next field. We're not too far from Boscathnoe, probably about, I don't know, probably from this point maybe 10 minutes away. I believe that's part of it up there actually, like that block shaped building. I think that's part of Boscathnoe. I don't know, it's been a couple of years since I've been there. I always wonder whether these like boundary stones or like old gates, I assume like gates would have been in here back in the day in those like notches, got like iron driven into them. I always wonder whether at some point in their history whether they were always a part of like a standing stone, you know, like a circle of stones or something, and perhaps it's been dismantled over time because the materials were reused. I don't know, I always wonder that. Were you once part of a stone circle? I don't know, what do you guys think on that? Or was this just specifically carved out of granite to be a post of some description, sort of like a marker, boundary marker? I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Old standing stone, or specifically carved to be a gatepost? Just passing through this farm. It's all not open to the public. What do I mean? Accessible, but you know, public right away. It's a public right away, but it's a nice farm. Looks lovely. I could live there. Boscathnoe it's not an active reservoir. I think drift takes care of the business locally now. I think all our water comes from drift reservoir, but I don't know what they actually. Yeah, I think they did used to do fishing, carp fishing, all that sort of thing in Boscathnoe Reservoir. I'm not sure. It's not a drinking reservoir anymore, but it'll still be interesting to see if the levels have come down. Please do not put yourself and others in danger. Fair enough. No launching, no swimming, no inflatables. All right, and no parking in front of these gates. Now, if you just go around, obviously that gate's locked, but if you go around to the side, there is on foot access. And there is the reservoir. Now, to my untrained eye, do you know what? That actually doesn't look too bad. Let's just go down the slip here. Yeah, it's not looking too shallow. Okay, back up that little slip. Now there is like a path that goes all the way around the perimeter of the reservoir, so we're going to do a little lap. My goodness, it's like flying bug alley here. Just a little sweep across the reservoir. It's not a very large reservoir. I think it was built in I want to say 1860 something. I think there is like a date stamp over that way somewhere, so we'll try and confirm that in a minute. So yeah, it's not the biggest of reservoirs, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look too empty, does it? Looks rather nice. All right, let's carry on. Now, just off the trail here, that's the reservoir. You have this body of water. Oh, that's been repainted. Now, what was that when we were last here? Oh, I want to say it was something like Scooby-Doo. It was some cartoon character, but that's been painted over now, and we've got Batman. Again, if you know more than me about this reservoir, then let me know in the comments. Let's have a discussion on it, because there's lots that I don't know, and that's where you guys come in to fill in the blanks, as it were. A little bit of a breeze, a little bit of a cooling breeze as well. Yeah, I think that is a bit lower. I can see a distinct, like, brown stain across there, which I assume would maybe be the normal water level. So if you think if that was you know, I mean, that's a good like like half a foot, maybe a foot shallower, that's probably quite a few gallons down actually. So yeah, maybe the reservoir here at Boscathnoe is a little bit more shallow than normal. And here's our date stamp. Bit tricky to make out, but I believe it says this reservoir constructed 1860, so we can very clearly see 1860. This reservoir constructed in 1860. Yeah, there's another view of that stain along the bottom of the wall. So yeah, we're talking what, maybe 8 to 12 inches more shallow than normal. All right. I believe that's Lazingi Round up there on the hill, that mound of trees, like an ancient Iron Age hill fort. That was one of the very first videos that we ever recorded, along with our first trip here to Boscathnoe. Yeah, if you want to see that video that was recorded quite some time ago and was probably a little bit more raw, I'll leave a link in the description. Yeah, there's that square building that we can see off in the fields. Interesting. I don't know what that like generator noise is. I don't know what the building's still used for if this isn't an active reservoir as such. I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. Boscathnoe WBS. I don't know what WBS stands for, but emergency access only. Use lower access route to access building. Alright, so that's just an emergency gate. But last time I was here I had awful hay fever. I remember my nose was just itch. So it must have been about 2 years ago. What were we, 2020? Must have been, yeah, I reckon must have been either June or July of 2020. I last came up here and took the video camera with me. Video camera, that sounds a little bit sort of 1980s, 1990s. You know what I mean though, this camera that I'm holding in my hand. But yeah, I had an awful itchy nose, but now we're in August. Pretty good, no hay fever now. Right, heading up to Madron and up to the Holy Well, which is a natural spring, as I said earlier in the video. So with the lack of rain, it will be interesting to see how much lower that is. Right, we're in Madron now, just passing by the parish church here at Madron. So we're going to walk in this direction. We're going to pass the pub and then across the street, which will then take me up into the fields eventually and up to the Holy Well. Right, here we are, walking past the King William IV public house. But we are going to, well, wind has picked up on the microphone, sorry about that. We are going to cross the road and head up there. Okay, I've turned off of the road and now I'm in the fields. Right, heading into the little wooded area, or like the path has got like it's surrounded by some trees. Incidentally, over in that direction is the old Madron Workhouse, and then Madron Meat, you know, the slaughterhouse that's been closed for a long old time. I did go on in there, a while ago now. If you want to see that video, I'll leave a link in the description. We're not too far away now from the Holy Well, and also the remnant of a church, or like a little small chapel. It's all ruined, and again I've documented that before, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out that video. There it is, the remains of the old chapel, which was built over a pagan site, it's believed. Alright. Not much left. Just its four walls. Obviously the lintel is obviously gone because, you know, there's like no roof. There you go, you can just step inside the old well. There's the altar, font, if I remember rightly. Looks like someone's had a fire in there. That's it's not very respectful, is it? I don't think. So there it is. Like I said, I've covered this in a previous video, and I'll leave the link in the description if you want to see that. I've got to keep the fluids up. It's a very warm day. Smart water. Question is, does it make me smarter? Probably not. Right, I'm not too far now from the Holy Well. It's just a few hundred yards in this direction. So it's a little bit more overgrown, definitely. I mean, we are in August. It is more overgrown than when I was last here, so I'm hoping it's not too difficult to get into the well. Usually it is very, very boggy, and you have to watch your footing to get in. In fact, that segment of the video that I did before was quite hilarious, as I was trying to get into the Holy Well, like through all the boggy ground, grabbing onto every tree branch and rock that I could find to keep my balance. But let's hope it's not too bad today. Now I just got to remember how to get in. Lots of little offerings are tied to the trees here in this area. People do still consider it a holy site. It's quite interesting. What's this? It's like a little angel ornament there, tied up. Almost looks like a little Christmas decoration. Yeah. There's some other little bits. Looks like a necklace hanging from a tree. Other little bits of jewellery. I don't know, what is that? I don't know what that is. Now to me, this always looks like the way in because of this situation here. But if memory serves, I think we carry on down the path and there will be another access point which I think is the easier way to get in. We'll soon find out. I might be wrong, I might be heading back that way, but I think it's this one up here. So you've got that like stile there which will take you to the far end of this path, which will take you to like a car park. So if you don't want to walk this from like the Penzance area all the way up to Madron, if you drive through Madron, beyond Madron on your right hand side there's like a turn off. It's all clearly marked. It says Holy Well or words to that description. And there's a little like pull off where you can park your vehicle, and then you can walk in this direction into the well, which I think this, if I remember rightly, this like nondescript path. Now I think this is the easier way to get in, as opposed to the other one. Oh yes, look, see all these offerings being tied to the branches here. There's like a black and white bird feathers there. Oh, just misstepped there. Yeah, lots of little bits here hanging off the tree, these like little offerings. And I can tell already that this is much easier. All of this was complete bog when I last came up here, because I had to skip from like these duckboards to duckboards to get up to the well. So already this is much drier. The ground is much more parched as I thought, so it will be interesting to see what state the Holy Well is. Yeah, gosh, this is so much easier. Took me quite some time to traverse this last time, but we're making really good progress this time. A little bit boggy here, but firm enough for me to stand on, whereas a few months ago when I was here, the mud was up to my knees, which wasn't too pleasant. I thought that I had like an image in my mind. I thought I was going to end up as like some sort of dead bog man, and I was going to be like discovered in like 2,000 or 3,000 years time. But yeah, no, this is easy. This is really easy. So actually, if you want to come up to the spring, up to the Holy Well here at Madron, then I recommend doing it well now while it's dry. We made it. We made it to the spring, to the Holy Well as it's considered, and there is a sign just peeking through there just to state that this is the place. Now actually it's not significantly lower, it's not all that dry, which is very interesting. I thought it was going to be a lot drier than this, and you could see the sort of like the granite blocks that I believe are down there that make up the sort of head of the well or spring. That's really interesting, because I believe I'm right in saying that the water from this spring feeds into Larigan River, which flows like through the Alverton direction and through to the sea out by Town. I believe that's the source of that river. Again, if you know, let me know in the comments. I might be wrong on that, and as always I rely on you guys to fill in the blanks. But yeah, lots of offerings here directly over the spring. But yeah, it's sort of fly land on my nose. Get off. Get off me. This fly is attracted to me. But yeah, actually this is deeper than I thought. Very interesting. It's quite murky as well. I was going to see if I can get like an underwater shot. Maybe we'll try that. Okay, that wasn't the most successful of submersions with the camera. So no significant loss of water despite the dry weather. I don't know much about natural springs. Maybe they just sort of can keep replenishing themselves a little bit without rain. I'm not an expert. But there it is. So no, like I said, no significant loss of water at the Holy Well, the natural spring here. The main noticeable bit is that the path is 10 times more accessible. Like I said, I mean, I whipped up here in, like, you know, less than a minute, 30 seconds, whereas before it took I don't know, 10 minutes to get out because of the very, very boggy terrain. But there we have it. Well, we're going to leave the video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. I had fun making it, actually. It was nice. It's a nice warm, sunny day. And it was lovely to come up and remind myself of this area and of Boscathnoe Reservoir. Again, yeah, not significant drops in the water level despite the sort of scorching, dry weather we've had of late. If you have any information that can add to this video, do drop it in the comments. I always try and respond to the comments because it is interesting to hear your thoughts on everything. As always, thank you for watching the video. Do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell, and you'll never miss out on any video that we put up. We are on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at The Brightside, so check us out there. So from us to you, cheers and gone.